Hi guys, I'm just going to show you some basic computer tips that everyone should know. So the first thing uh, I have to do this one because I can't work in this, is get rid of these desktop icons because they're really disgusting. So all I'm going to do is right click on the desktop and go to View, and down the bottom it says show desktop icons. So I'm going to click on that and they're gone. Okay, so maybe you don't want people to see your desktop or the icons on it or whatever mess you've made. Yeah, get rid of them. Alright, another quick one is change your desktop wallpaper really quickly. Okay, so at the moment I've got this one here, and we could just change it to nothing really, or just a plain color or something like that. So let's have a look at what we've got. We've got a plain Windows one there, which is nice because otherwise things just get too distracting. We can go black, blue, whatever. So I'm just going to go that one, and as you can see in the background it's all changed. Okay, I don't have to do anything here, I just press cross and it's done. Okay, so I've cleaned up my desktop. Alright, now I have a notepad down here with a list of things I'm going to show you, and they're pretty long. And so the first thing on the list is know what antivirus you have on your computer. Now there's a really good reason for that, and it is because people download viruses thinking they're the antivirus program. So what we're going to do is go down to the Start menu. Now there's mine right there. Okay, now I know that I installed it. It's Microsoft Security Essentials. Now the thing is, if you don't want to pay for a virus program, I highly suggest that you go and get this one. If you're using Windows, just go and get this. It's free, Microsoft Security Essentials. So only download it from the Microsoft website. Okay, so that's another good tip. Now if I say go and get Microsoft software, you must get it off the Microsoft websites. Okay, so there's a good tip for you. Now I'm going to click on that. Now the reason you need to know what the name of your software is because you get these pop-ups sometimes and it says, hey, your computer's got a virus. Okay, now those things, it says, do you want to scan? And you press yes, scan now, and you're in big trouble. Okay, now that is why you need to know what your program is, because many people turn around and say, oh, I thought it was my antivirus program. Well, it's not. Okay, now also make sure your protection is updated. So it says up to date. Make sure it's on. Okay, that's another one. And also you could schedule a scan. Go to settings in this one. They're all different in all different virus programs, and it's got schedule scan, and get one going, okay, automatically. Alright, I'm going to close that. I'm going to have a look at my notepad, right, which is very handy. Okay, everyone should know where the notepad is. So go to the Start menu. I've got mine pinned to the Start menu, but you can just type down at the bottom here, Notepad. Okay, type it down here, and there we go. Comes up, press on it. Now, before you do that, you can right click on it right now and pin it to the Start menu. There we go, it's pinned to the Start menu up the top. Now the reason it was down here before is this is the most popular programs that I use. Okay, so just say I wanted to pin Office Excel, and I go don't go pin to taskbar, pin to Start menu. Okay, so there it is up there now. Also Microsoft Word, you might want to put that up there or whatever. Right, so now you know how to do the notepad thing. Now you know how to pin to the start menu. There's so many different things in between. Okay, the next one is don't download or open emails with attachments. Now I don't want to go into my email at the moment, but even a friend of yours that you know might accidentally send you something, so you shouldn't open it. Okay. Also, you could email the person and say, hey, did you send me an email with an attachment, and what is it, if they haven't explained it clearly. Okay, it's as simple as that. Then if they say, oh, it's a photo of me, then you can open it. Okay, but sometimes viruses send emails with attachments through your friends' email addresses. Now, downloading programs and stuff like that is not a good idea unless you're downloading it, like I said, from the actual manufacturer's website. So when I said to go and download a Microsoft program, you should go to Microsoft. If you're looking for a driver for your computer, and just say it's just say a Dell driver, if you've got a Dell computer, then go to the Dell website. Do not get anything from anywhere else. Alright, now the next one is don't let people use your computer or share your passwords. Okay, so you can if you want to, but from my experience, people come and say, oh, I let so-and-so use my computer and now it doesn't work. Okay, so just be prepared that people will wreck your computer because they do not have the same rules as you. Alright, now know your hardware and your software and delete the software you never used. Now if you've gone and installed programs because you thought you needed them, we're going to show you how to get rid of them. So what we're going to do here is go to the Start menu and go to Control Panel. So this can be the same for Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7. Okay, Windows 8, you can remove programs from the Control Panel as well. Now, they're called a little bit different when you get here. This one is Programs and Features, so we've got to look for something beginning with P. Default Programs, that's not it, okay, because that is how you set which program opens when you open a certain file. Okay, so that is not how to remove a program. So we'll go down a bit. Okay, find Programs and Features. Now this is where you uninstall a program. Okay, we can also press on View Installed Updates, okay, but we're just going to do this. Now just say, okay, now there's an Ask toolbar and an Ask toolbar updater. Now I have no idea how that got there. I think it might be when you update the Adobe Flash Player. So what I'm going to do is click on that and press uninstall, because I know that it is not something I want. So are you sure you want to uninstall this? Yes. Okay. Now we've got an Ask Toolbar updater as well underneath. And oh boy, there's a few things in there that I could get rid of. I'll just click on this. It says, okay, it says I need to close the Chrome browser. Okay, alright, I'll close the Chrome browser then. I'll just go up there and click the cross, and I've got another lot open as well, so I'm going to close that. Okay, now let's see if it goes. Right. Okay, now the reason I had to close the Chrome browser is because that was an add-on or a plug-in to the Chrome browser. Okay, so the first one's gone. Now what you can do is go along and delete some other things that you don't need. Now obviously I'm not going to need that updater there, so I'm going to disable that one, and just have a look around at things that you would have installed yourself. Okay, so don't touch things that you don't know about. Now look at my Canon printer. I definitely don't want to uninstall anything to do with that. Photoshop, I don't want to take that off. Dragon Naturally Speaking, I use that program all the time. Now I've got eTax 2012. I don't think I need that anymore, so I could take that off. You know, there's stuff there that I actually put on there that I can take off. Okay, the Google Talk plugin, I don't even use that. I don't even know how it got there. I can take that off. Okay, now you've got to make sure they're very clear. Now when it comes to HP, just say you've got a HP computer, you've got to be careful which ones you take off here. So you might take something off to do with the webcam and then it might not work. Okay, so we'll stay away from that. Stay away from the Java updates. Like I said, don't go anywhere that you don't know about. Okay, rightio. Just say I wanted to remove Skype, I could take it off, no problem, which I probably would want to uninstall it because I don't use it. So I'm going to press uninstall. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. Okay, that might take a little bit longer. Alright, so let's just cancel that because that will take too long. Okay, so now I've showed you how to uninstall programs. Alright, so that's fine. Now, so we've uninstalled programs. What we want to do is also know your hardware and software. Okay, so let's go to this here, okay, and right click on it and say properties. Okay, now did you see that? We've come to the system where we can see what is on your computer. Now you can't see everything here, but you can see a lot. Okay, so you can see that we've got Intel Core i7 computer with 6 GB of RAM on a 64-bit operating system, and it's a HP DV7 notebook, and we've got Windows 7 Home Premium on there. Okay, so we can tell a lot from just here. Anyway, now the other thing is that we want to know, just say you want to know what hard drive you have on your computer. There is a little piece of software called Belarc Advisor that you can download, and it'll tell you all sorts of things. Now we can go to Device Manager as well. Click on that. Let's bring it down. So let's look for hard drives. When we want to see what hard drives we've got, we go to disk drives. Okay, so we've got an SD card in its slot, okay, and we've got a hard drive. So there's the hard drive there. That is the number, the serial number. Now this is good because let's press properties for the hardware. Now in here it doesn't say much about it. You really can't understand much about it, but if you googled that number there, the one good thing that you can find out is if you have a solid state hard drive or a normal hard drive. Now that is kind of important today because there's two types of hard drives now, and one of them you perform maintenance on differently to the other. So just say we grab that number for your hard drive and we Google it and find out that you have a solid state hard drive. Okay, now if you do, that means you can't defrag your hard drive. So these are the kind of things that you need to know. You need to know what software you've got. You need to know what is your hard drive. It's all these basic things you need to know. And with this also, this is important to know either as well. It's a 64-bit operating system. Okay, so that means that I must have a 64-bit computer to have a 64-bit operating system on it. So when you download software or buy software, there's usually two choices, a 32-bit software or 64-bit software. So you can choose 64-bit. Alright, let's get rid of that one. Okay, so what else have we got on our list over here? It's turning out to be a really, really big list. Maintain your computer. Now, I did mention that you shouldn't defrag a solid state hard drive, and I've showed you how to get the number for your hard drive, and then just take that number into Google and Google it and see the information about your hard drive. Now, maintaining your computer, I'm just gonna, you can use software for that if you like, or there is some things down in Windows. We go to all programs and we scroll down to accessories, and then we scroll down to system tools, and there is all these tools in there for you. So we've got disk cleanup, disk defragmenter, we've got what else? We've got system restore, task scheduler, we've got Windows Easy Transfer, we've got yeah, and there is more, of course. There's all sorts of things. Now remember, system restore is pretty handy. If you haven't set this up, you should go in there and say, yes, I want to set a restore point, and you usually do that when your computer is all nice and beautiful. Alright, now let's go on to another one. Okay, now of course there is so much more detail when it comes to maintaining your computer, but I'm just going to run through some of these. Now the tips are getting out of hand. Okay, let's zoom in on any page. So just say we have a Microsoft Word document. So let's open that up, and if we want to zoom in and out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the Control key and actually use my mouse to zoom in and out. Okay, now there's a scroll wheel on my mouse. Okay, so I'm scrolling in and out. So all this time I'm holding the Control key down, which is usually in the corner of your keyboard. Okay, now on Microsoft Word, right down the bottom of the screen, let me see if I can move this over. Yep, right down the bottom of the screen here, it's got also a zooming thing where you can zoom in and out, of course. So I can pull that like that, but it also tells you when you've got back to 100%, so you know how big it is. Okay, so just say we open up we'll open up Chrome, and we open up a web page. Now we can do the same thing with the scrolling. We put our press our Control key down and scroll in and out. Okay, they get smaller and smaller, or bigger and bigger. Now you can also use the plus key and the minus key on the keyboard. Okay, that's what I'm using now. I'm not using the mouse, I'm using the keyboard. So you can do that. So just say you visit a website and you want to enlarge the text because it doesn't look very big. We'll just go like this and go, oh, okay, that's much better. Alright, alright, that's pretty good. And all you have to do is zoom back out to where you came from. Alright, so let's get rid of that one and that one. Rightio, so I've showed you how to zoom, and now we're going to open the Task Manager. Okay, so I'm going to bring this square back over here, take that down there. Now Task Manager, we can do it down here by going down to your taskbar here and right clicking on it and just go Start Task Manager. Okay, so it's done. Okay, now there it is there. Now this is all the processes and stuff like that. So just say something is stopping your computer from working and you know what it is. So just say you started a program and it's not working. I mean, it might be Chrome. There'd be Chrome exe here. Just choose it and press End Process. Now the computer won't let you end anything that's important, so don't worry about that. And also, if you do end something, you can always restart the computer and the process will be running again. Okay, so let's go to here. Now this is something you might need. So one day someone will say, start this process. So what you want to do is go to the Applications tab and press New Task. And it's got something in there, but anyway. So just say you've lost all your desktop and you want to start all the desktop and the start menu up again. Now that's called explorer.exe. So all you have to do is type that in there and press OK, and it'll start up your desktop again. So basically that's probably a really good little trick to know. Alright, so that's the Task Manager. So let's leave that now. And also the other way to get to it is Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, and it takes you out so you can press to start it. Alright, so that's done. Now the next one, we've done that one, cut, copy and paste. Okay, now there is some shortcuts to do that, and I have got a full tutorial on that, cut, copy and paste. Now you really need to do that. That is one of the basic things that people need to know how to do. Now if you go to my website, I'll just show you how to get there. Right, you just go in and you look for tips for PC, okay, and press enter, and it'll come up tips for PC. Okay, press on it and it'll come up with all different things here. Now so just say you want to know how to cut, copy and paste. We could go right down the bottom of the website. Down here it has search, so we just want to go cut, copy, paste and press enter. So we're just going to search because the website's quite big, and yep. So we've got a video tutorial on how to cut, copy and paste. We've got an article about it. We've got creating, saving, copying, pasting and moving files, and it goes on and on. Even ones on how to cut, copy and paste on a Mac. Alright, so that is how you find out how to cut, copy and paste, because it's pretty detailed. We've got cut, copy and paste HTML link into an email message. We've got all sorts of tutorials there for you. Alright, now let's get back to that notepad that I had. Bring it up here. So we've got backup files. Okay, so let's back up some files. So let's go down to the start menu and we'll type in backup and we'll see what comes up. It says backup your computer, backup and restore. So let's take the backup and restore. Okay, so here we go. Now another way to get to it is through the control panel. Okay, so we've got a few options here: create a system image, create a system repair disk. Now everyone should do that, and that is a great, I didn't even put that on my list, but you must do that. Okay, so anyway, what you want to do is set up backup and press on it and go through the steps and back up your files automatically. Alright, so that is very, very handy, and if you lose your files, they'll be backed up somewhere. Okay, the next one is we're going to go and control startup programs. So this is done by going to MS Config. So we're going to go down to the Start menu, and we're going to just type in MS Config there, and it'll come up msconfig.exe, and there we go. Now we've got all these options. Now you've got to be careful in this situation because you really shouldn't be in here, but just say that this program keeps starting up when you start your computer, and it's really, really annoying. Okay, so let's have a look at what I've got here. Now we've got Java. We don't want to disable that. We need it to work. We don't want to certain things, LightScribe, what do we got? Microsoft SkyDrive. Let's disable that. Okay, I don't want that starting up, okay, because it's actually got a problem. What else have we got? Adobe Acrobat. We might need that if you want to read a you know, PDF file or something like that. But iTunes, that doesn't need to start up. Okay, get rid of it. Not unless you are using it all the time. Definitely don't touch your printer. Now, when you disable all, sometimes people do this to test their computer. So if you're having startup problems, you can come and disable all these startup programs and then start your computer with a bare minimum. Okay, anyway, so let's press OK, and we're going to exit without restarting, but to actually take effect we need to restart. Okay, so we're out of there. Now I've showed you where the startup programs are and how to disable them, okay, which is unticking them. Alright, so let's open a DOS window as an admin. Okay, so let's go down to the Start menu again, and we want to get command prompt, so we're just going to type in cmd. Okay, and it comes up cmd.exe. Now before we click on it, what we want to do is right click on it and say run as administrator, and there we are. We're running it as administrator. And how do I know that? Because it says Windows/System32. So let's close this, and let's just go to the command prompt without being as an admin, user/mits. Okay, now did you know that you can paste text in here? All you have to do is right click and a menu comes up and you can paste it. Okay, remember how I copied MS Config before? Well, there it is there. Okay, so there's another little tip for you. So we just learnt how to run as an administrator, and we also learnt that you can paste into this window. Alright, so let's go to the next one. IP config to check your internet. Okay, so just a simple IP config command. So we're going to go to the command prompt again, and this time I'm going to paste in, I'll pull it down here, I'm going to paste in IP config and press enter. Okay, now it's got my details here. It's got my IP address of my computer. It's got a lot of details. Okay, so that's how you find out the IP address of computers on your network. Alright, and there's also a lot of troubleshooting commands that you can do with IP config, and I'll leave a link in the description. Okay. Alright, find a network to connect to. Alright, so just say you're on your computer. Just get rid of this. So you're on your computer and you want to go right to the right hand corner, right down the bottom. Okay, and you've got your network icon, and if you can't see it, then just click on this and you'll see the rest of the icons. Okay, so I've got my network icon there, and all I do is click on it and this box comes up and it says all these available networks. Okay, and it says the one I'm connected to at the moment. So what it would do is show me what networks I can connect to, and then I can connect to them. All I have to do is click on it and there'll be a little connect button there. Okay, so let's click on this one. Well, this one's not actually plugged in at the moment, but it was. But when a network comes up or is broadcasting, it will be in here. Alright, so we've done that. Oh, and we've already done this one too. Anyway, that was a long video, and I hope that this helps you out a little bit. And if you need any more details, there are a couple of extra tips in the description below, especially with some links to further, explain things like the DOS window, how to run it as an admin. Also, there's a link to an article about whether you should defrag your solid state hard drive or not, and stuff like that. Alright, thanks for watching.